Hello, everybody, and welcome to this NCS 2A first-round playoff matchup between the Concord Minutemen and the Los Lomas Knights. Anthony Schultz alongside with Roger Brothers. And Roger, several of the games that you and I have done together, not very close. Tonight's game, being with a playoff atmosphere, should be very competitive, unlike some of the games we've had so far.
Yeah, again, we have two fairly close seeds. I think we have a 7 and 10 seed tonight, Los Lomas being the 10. Concord being the 7th seed, and I think both games are going to be competitive. I understand is Concord stumbled a little bit toward the beginning of the season, but has really come on. Los Lomas missing a couple of their key players tonight, so it should make for a very competitive game.
Playoffs are up next, right here on the Comcast Game of the Week. Come on back.
What is a coach, a teacher, a motivator?
And to all of our friends from the Comcast Game of the Week.
And welcome back to Los Lomas High School for this first round NCS 2A playoff game. I'm Anthony Schultz alongside Roger Brothers. And Roger, Concord versus Los Lomas. Now, Concord had just knocked off pretty recently here top-seeded Acalanes, and Los Lomas might be missing a couple of players here tonight, a little bit banged up.
Yeah, I was a little shocked at the Concord Acalanes outcome. Acalanes is a very good team. Not that Concord isn't, but Acalanes has been playing very well. They're really they're hot. They're on a roll. Los Lomas is going to be down a couple of players. One of their better players is their attacking midfield player, Rodrigo da Silva. He is with the regional ODP team, Olympic Development Program team in Argentina for a while, so he's going to miss this game. I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be down there. And also their starting goalkeeper is going to miss tonight. He is Brian LaFile. He had a concussion last Friday night in the last game of the season against Miramani, and he is out indefinitely.
So Los Lomas will have to make do. Let's take a look now at the player introductions.
Edson Pedemonte, number 10, forward, midfield, defense.
Michael Kagawan, number 20, forward and defense.
Nick Sharp, number 12, D-mid.
Eduardo Alvarado, number 9, forward, right mid.
David McCorkle, number 7, forward.
Lucas Monroe, number 14, defense.
Martin Navarro, number 15, forward.
Dominic Harrington, number 16, midfield.
Yashiro Akawa, number 11, forward.
Conrad Chen, number 3, left back.
Greg Downs, number 6, sweeper.
Jaime Santoyo, number 5, defense.
Richard Zuniga, number 1, keeper. Jake Furr, number 13, forward.
Justin Thompson, number 9, midfield.
Matt Guerrero, 0, keeper.
David Cole, number 2, right D.
Julian Grider, number 18, defensive mid. Justin Grider, number 8, center mid.
Danny Quorum, number 4, midfield.
Jason Shell, 17, defender. Tom Corum, number 00, goalkeeper.
Rory Gentry, head coach.
Franco Belmonte, assistant coach.
Tom Corum, assistant coach.
Andrew Bauer, assistant coach.
Casey Araujo, assistant coach.
And those were the Concord Minutemen, having a nice year, 13 wins on the season here, Roger, as they look ahead toward the playoffs.
Yeah, like I said, they stumbled a little bit, I think, early on. Coming on very strong, 13 wins, and this league is nothing to sneeze at. This is a very competitive league, and it's game in and game out. There aren't any walks in the park in this league at all, so it's a very good record.
Yeah, it should be a good game. And let's take a look now at Los Lomas.
Amar, 19, and I'm a forward.
Emma Clemente, number 7, and I'm a forward.
Scott Renzel, number 6, left mid.
I'm Corey Packelbar. I'm number 22, and I'm a forward.
Landreth Parker, number 15, defender.
Sam Chan, midfield, number 14.
Andrew Shapiro, number 17, forward and sweeper.
Tanner Brown, number 5, defender.
Mitchell Crawford, number 3, defender.
Derek Mazrego, number 4, defender.
Jesus Lopez, number 9, midfielder.
Sean Angelis, number 16, midfield. Alexei Olenek, number 11, midfield.
Josh Allen, number 2, defense.
Eric Jorgensen, number 18, midfield.
Jeffrey Finch, number 20, defense.
Steven Varlas, number 12, defense.
Carl Cavan, number 8, midfield, offense.
KJ Hansen, 21, defensive mid. Weston Blom, 23, keeper. Brian Varlas, number 1, goalie.
David Nevin, number 13, goalkeeper.
Brian LaFile, number 24, goalkeeper.
And those were the Los Lomas Minutemen. Let's take a look now at the brackets, and there you see it. There's De Anza and Encinal. Acalanes, that number 1 seed, awaiting them. Concord and Los Lomas. Piedmont awaiting the winner of this game. That'll be on February the 18th. And then Kennedy waits the winner of St. Mary's and Salesian, and that is the NCS 2A playoff bracket. Just about to get set to start here. Concord will be in green, Los Lomas in white. And overall, the Concord Minutemen at 13-4-7. Los Lomas coming in at 10-7-7 overall. So 14 ties tonight. We just might see overtime this evening. And some more introductions. And this game only seen on the Comcast Game of the Week, only seen on your Comcast local origination channel. Now, Wes Blom will get the start in goal here for Los Lomas. We told you about Brian LaFile being injured in that Miramani game, and really they talk about Blom as if there's not much of a drop-off there. They say that he's done very well in goal, and one of the guys that's just very instinctive on when to come in and when to come out. Remember, visit our official website for schedule, highlights, news, and more, www.gameofweek.com.
Yeah, the team seems to have a lot of confidence in him, which is the biggest thing. For keepers, it's all about confidence. It's how you play. And if you know that your team has confidence in you, it gives you confidence to play. And I'm expecting that that Wessel will have a very good game in goal tonight.
You always talk about the guys who score the goals and sort of make the action happen, but really it comes down to, like hockey a lot of times, it comes down to who can keep the ball or the puck out of the net.
You know, and I think whether you're talking about basketball, football, soccer, or whatever, you know, goals put people in the stands, but defense wins championships kind of things. And if you've got a good defense and you've got a good goalkeeper, it's going to keep you in a lot of games, give your offense a chance to score.
And we talked about Rodrigo da Silva being down in Argentina. Congratulations to him. It's a very prestigious thing to be playing for that the Argentinian team. 11 goals and 3 assists. He came in leading the team in that category, and really that's a tough guy to lose.
Yeah, he's an exceptional player, attacking midfield player, makes a lot happen. He's all over the field. He's in the offense. He starts the play. He's a playmaker. He's kind of like missing your point guard, you know, who can also pull up and take that 3 for you and take it to the basket. He's a very versatile player, and Los Lomas is definitely going to miss them. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust in his absence.
The Comcast Game of the Week and our sponsors encourage you to support high school athletics. And support our sponsors. They're the ones that help us bring to you the Comcast Game of the Week. So if you go by and visit one of these sponsors, tell them, hey, you saw us right here on the Game of the Week. We saw you, we're coming in to eat your food. We saw you that commercial on the soccer game, and that's why we're here to enjoy your favors. All right, teams huddling up here at either side of the field. There's the Los Lomas squad getting set, and on the other side, in the green and gold trim, is the Concord Minutemen. Now, I notice they call them the 80 Minutemen. Now, that is not a historical reference. That rather is a reference to 80 minutes of soccer.
And that's what I would assume. It's 40-minute halves, 80 minutes.
I've never seen 80 Minutemen on any History Channel show yet.
I haven't either. So.
Los Lomas now breaks huddle. They take the field. Concord has taken the field, and we're just about set for the opening kickoff of this 2A playoff. As I said, Wes Blum in goal for Los Lomas, and for the Minutemen, Richard Zuniga will handle the duties out there. There's Wes Blum.
That's Wes Blum.
Let's go, Nate!
Ready to cheer on his team, and we are underway. And here are the Knights with it in their end. And this first 4 minutes is brought to you by, first 10 minutes rather, is brought to you by Rocco's Restaurante and Pizzeria, voted best pizza in the East Bay, Ignacio Valley Road at Oak Grove, and thank you very much for that delicious crew meal. All right, Concord in the zone with a little bit of a threat here. Los Lomas clears it away with a kick down to midfield.
Looks like Los Lomas coming out in a 4-5-1 with 4 backs, 5 midfielders, 1 player up top. At forward is Corey Packelbar, number 22 for Los Lomas. Concord looks like they're coming out initially anyway in a kind of in a 4-3-3 with 4 in the back, 3 in the midfield, and 3 up top forwards. So I'm interested to see how those two systems match up against each other.
Here's one headed away. So far, Concord's doing a nice job keeping the ball on this side of the field. Have yet to attempt a shot on goal as we've just gotten underway.
Handball there.
Now we have a whistle. You can't do that.
No, not allowed.
Hands on the ball.
Especially right in front of the referee.
And that'll go against Concord this time. And Los Lomas will boot it away. Talk about Zuniga. You know, he would have started in goal at any school, I'm told, his freshman year, but Pat Fry and David Esperanza were a couple of all-league goalies that were ahead of him. So Zuniga, a very talented goalkeeper indeed. And one of those guys, if you can play a lot as a freshman, that's saying a lot. So his Coach Gentry had a lot of good things to say about his goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was just a little unfortunate for him in terms of the talent that was playing ahead of him. But by the same token, he got to see a couple of very fine goalkeepers play for a while and probably picked up a few points from them.
And Richard played on the field, played some defense, some offense for them. And he did play some goalie, but not a whole lot. But he's having a very fine year this season. And really, it's such a good year that his coach is pushing him for either the defensive MVP or all-league honors. Now, they had that meeting on Tuesday in Walnut Creek with all the DFAL coaches and everything. So Coach Gentry really pushing for his goalkeeper to get some accolades here at the end of the season.
That's great. I mean, obviously, he's done very well for Concord.
All right. Los Lomas on the far side, booting this one down. Staying at midfield, and now out of bounds it goes, and Concord will control on the far side. Brentwood Dodge Chrysler and Jeep, 8085 Brentwood Boulevard off Highway 4, 634-9900. That's Brentwood Dodge Chrysler and Jeep. Thank you very much, Clark. All right, Concord trying to mount a threat here. Headed into the zone. Here comes the Minutemen trying to center that ball that
get a
time.
Corner kick out of this. Concord's going to have the corner. Interestingly enough, Concord's attacking essentially with only 6 players. They held 4 back that time. Los Lomas only has 1 forward. Yet Concord had all 4 of their backs back defending him at midfield. Now we're going into a corner kick situation. They still got 3 backs back here, so it shows a lot of respect for Los Lomas' attack.
Eduardo making that corner kick. Not able to make much happening there. And here's Los Lomas trying to get out of the zone and trying to mount some kind of offense here. They've had a whole lot of hard time clearing the ball here tonight.
They had a play on it, looked like, and they just had a little miscommunication on where the ball was going to go. And they're fortunate that Concord didn't take that one to the goal.
Nearly overrun. Los Lomas do a nice job taking it away there. Sam Chen. They kick it down, looking for that goal, and almost off a Concord player, but it's going to go over the end line, and now a corner kick upcoming here for Los Lomas.
Yeah, that was good pressure put on there by the Los Lomas forward there, Corey Packelbar.
Let's take a look at it here.
And this goes off the defender just over the end line for a corner, but better corner than a goal.
So Los Lomas now with their first corner kick.
You can see where Los Lomas has, they're attacking, probably going to go ahead and attack with 7 players there, keeping only 2 back. That was unfortunately hit that a little strong, a little too much bend on it, went in the side net.
Yeah, side of the goal that time. No chance for Los Lomas to head that one away or into the goal. So now Zuniga will boot it away. So Los Lomas mounts a threat there with their first corner kick, but Nothing comes of it, and we remain scoreless here in the first half. Booted down the near side. Los Lomas trying to get it back out. Here comes Concord on the attack. Dominic Harrington had it momentarily. Now the ball kicked out of bounds.
Hey, come back. Hey, come back.
And it looks like Concord will have it to throw in. Tell us what you think. We want to hear from you. www.gameofweek.com. Throw in here for Concord. Gregory Downs.
Nice throw. That's a very nice throw all the way to that back line.
And this ball is going to be handled that time by Wes Blom. Get very close to the goal that time. But Blom able to turn them away.
Yeah, he played that very well. He watched the ball and all the way, knew where the Concord attacking player was, knew where his defender was.
All right, down the near side. Here's Concord to boot it away.
There's a handball
Taken there nicely there.
Let play on because Concord kept the ball. They still had the advantage, so he let them continue rather than calling the handball there.
Yeah, David McCorkle, number 7, sort of just looked up in disgust that time, thought they had a chance, did Concord.
Yeah, he just, that was unfortunate. The ball kind of played off his foot.
All right, down the near side here. They battle for it. Concord trying to take it away.
That's a nice play there. Concord defender there, David Cole, take that ball away.
Sent to the far side here, chased down by Eric Jorgensen. And now that one will go out of bounds.
Deep throw in for Los Lomas. With the boys at this age, you get a throw in near the corner there. It's almost like another corner kick because some of these kids can really throw it.
Yeah, especially Gregory Downs. We saw him in that last throw in there for Concord, and he usually handles all of those because simply for that fact, because he really can throw it 30 to 40 yards.
It is. It's almost like a corner kick.
That's pretty tough to do. It doesn't sound like it's very far, but 2 hands above your head, you try that. That's a pretty tough throw.
That's a long throw. That's an excellent throw because he got a lot of height on it too. It wasn't a line drive. He got height on it, almost like a corner kick that you can time to get either your head on it or play it out of the air in a volley.
Yeah, and the rest of the field players must absolutely love that because he can send the ball so far, keep it up high. It gives him much better chance to actually get a foot or a head on it.
Absolutely.
Try to get it goalward.
Absolutely, you can time those, like I said, very well, and you can even, work combination plays, flick plays, those sort of things.
Concord graduated 9 players last year. They had to completely rebuild their defensive backfield, their back line, as well as their goalkeeping. And they asked Greg Downs to play sweeper. Now he's the guy that calls all the sets and runs the defense, and he used to be an offensive player, so they say he sees the field very well. And unlike a lot of players you hear about in the news these days, he didn't have a problem switching positions.
No,
did what the coach and the team needed him to do, and it's all worked out very well.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to renegotiate his contract or anything like that. No, you see that a lot, though. You'll take offensive player because they have a lot of speed usually. They usually have pretty good foot skills, and put them in the back there with that speed and use that speed and those foot skills to help your defense out.
Concord to throw it in here from the far side. Toss it in, headed back, popped in the air, and then headed away.
It's a nice center, but just got a little too much under that. And it just went off his foot.
This one booted down way wide to the left.
Yeah, this went off the side of his foot.
Purchase your copy of this game. UPS shipping included, $25, 933-6264, GOTW at Comcast.net. That's Game of the Week at Comcast.net. Booted away by Blum, headed backwards by Los Lomas.
Josh Allen there in the middle in Los Lomas.
Now across the field. Here comes Los Lomas. Trying to get to the zone, knocked away by Concord.
Yeah, the outside midfielder up there making a nice run on the right side over there. Just couldn't quite get the ball to him.
Both teams trying to mount some offense here.
That's the ball they wanted right there. Now they're in with their outside midfielder. They got their left midfielder trailing on the backside. It's a good play. Unfortunately, for Los Lomas, they couldn't get the ball across. Excellent play by the left back over there for...
Looked like Martin Navarro. I'm thinking it's number 15. Look at the crowd. Very vocal, very festive crowd. And it looked to be Navarro who actually, as Los Lomas was trying to center the ball from the far side, Navarro able to get in there and break that one up.
Yeah, he did an excellent job of running down the midfielder for Los Lomas and blocking that cross.
Here comes Los Lomas again. This one booted out.
Corner kick.
And another corner kick. This will be the second corner kick for Los Lomas. And they're hoping for better results than they got from that first one.
Yeah, that one, I think he was trying to hit a driven ball the near post and just got away from it. Another driven ball.
There was Sam Chen again. That one's too low, but he gets it right back. Now another kick. That one very soft that time. Still in front of the goal. Concord trying to clear it. And they boot it out here toward midfield. See if Los Lomas can keep it in the zone here. Nearly taken away here on the near side. Bodies fall down.
Yeah, that was just a play to just hit it to safety. Buy yourself some time. Let your defense reorganize back there.
Eduardo Alvarado, number 9, hit the deck, but he's okay. Stays in the game. This one booted up. Blom coming out of goal momentarily, and then is headed away.
But Derek Mazarego did a nice job tracking that back with his header, calling it out of the air and heading it forward.
Next 10 minutes, sponsored by Velocity Sports Performance, 1505 Willow Pass Road in Concord, 363-0066. And there's a whistle stopping action. And Concord protesting. Eduardo Alvarado not liking the call, so obviously going against the Minutemen here.
I think the referee was looking at that as a reckless play. It was a little out of control.
So a free kick upcoming here for Los Lomas as we take a look at the replay. Back out to midfield. Concord working with on the far side. A couple of players racing after it there and out of bounds.
The other way. Yeah, that, again, right in front of the referee.
And this time Concord will throw it in here.
No, they're going to get, this is going to be on the ground. This will be a free kick. It's going to be a free kick. Didn't he call it? Oh, no, you're right. It's a throw in. I thought he called a foul. He just called a throw in. You're right.
It looks like Gregory Downs again. Here's a guy, and he
he
hurls this one.
That's a nice weapon to have.
Right in the middle of the pack. And let's see if Concord can get something off of this. Trying to keep it in the zone, chased down by Harrington. Coming up there for it is David Cole. Now this one goalward and taken away nicely that time by Mazarego for Los Lomas, then booted out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he, again, hit that off the side of the foot. I think he was trying to curl that up the line. Just kind of went off the outside of his foot and out of bounds.
Here comes David Cole.
Another nice throw in.
Toss this one in, headed away by Los Lomas. Coming here to the corner. A nice job with the left foot here.
A nice clear.
Bring it down the side.
Nice little head flick there by Corey Packelbar and his midfielder.
Sam Chen working with it. Has it taken away. Nicely done that time by Justin Greider to make the swipe.
Justin Greider is a very good player. I've seen him play since he was probably 12 or 13 years old, maybe even younger. He's a very good player.
Now you've seen a lot of these players who've been around a lot of this area with soccer for so long. You've sort of seen all these people grow up together.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of these kids play from the time they were, some of them like David Cole I've seen play since the time he was probably about 5 years old. And he was a good player then, and he's still a good player.
Sam Chen working with it, boots this one down in the zone. Packelbar had it momentarily, and now here's a shot on goal, and just wide to the left. Oh, what a shot.
That was a nice play. A nice play. Packelbar just killed the ball, just dropped it back nice and easily.
Take a look here.
Watch this, drops this back nice and easily. Is this
some fancy footwork, and then there's a shot on goal. And just a very near miss that time for Los Lomas, but certainly their best chance so far to score.
Absolutely, that was a well-struck ball.
This one taken. Alvarado. And now Los Lomas trying to clear. And the Knights send it back toward midfield. Now a little open room and then taken away by Alvarado. Nicely done. Boots it back into the zone.
That's a very nice play by Alvarado there. Took the ball away. Had a player making a run. I think a little miscommunication. He thought he was making a run to the middle. Player actually made a diagonal run and crossed the field towards the corner.
And Blom boots this one out. Headed nicely there by Harrington to try to keep it in. McCorkle giving chase. And now booted back out by Los Lomas. Now they work with it in the middle of the field. Booted down to the zone. A little too hard that time. A couple of offensive players running with the play against 3 defenders, but the ball kicked a little bit too hard that time.
A little bit long, a little ambitious on the kick. It's a good idea, it's a good ball, it was just a little long.
And now another whistle. So you talk about the, we were talking about the meetings, and also the NCS meetings took place here not too long ago.
Yeah, it was I think that was last Sunday that they had the meetings for the seeding.
And really a situation where, you have all the guys from outside the area that aren't supposed to know the teams very well, sort of the commission and all that. And then you really go in there as a coach, and I'm sure you've done this before too. You got to go in there, sort of lobby yourself and tell people, why we should be in the playoffs. Give us a little inkling on how that works. It's like, Mr. Smith goes to Washington kind of thing.
Almost. I mean, what it is you have a kind of an idea. I think most of the coaches have an idea of where the teams are. It's not so much whether or not a 1's going to be a 10 or a 10's going to be a 1. It's the top 3 or 4, how are they going to get seated, and then then the middle 3 or 4, and then the bottom 3 or 4, and it's like, how are they all going to get seated within those groups, and that's what most of the discussion is all about.
And that, I understand, was the only drama this year, was to who was going to get what seed, as Concord tries to make some noise here, and Los Lomas trying to take it away.
Yeah, you can see, from the seeding, certainly on the boys' side even.
Now Los Lomas trying to make some noise. Leapt at the ball that time.
That's going to be
Packlebar.
Yeah, I think
he's going to get the whistle for that.
Yeah, I think the referee's going to call a bit of a reckless play. So he just goes up into the player, a little reckless.
And a little before the ball got there.
Yeah, and then the player does David Cole on Corey Packlebar. It's a good combination. Both very fast players, very good with their feet. That's going to be a nice combination to watch all night long.
So they talk about, schedules and different concerns that they have. And I understand the league commissioner, Oli Shavini, was on hand for that. And then that NCS meeting on Sunday. And really, Los Lomas ended up with the higher, or Concord ended up with the higher seed based on strength of schedule.
Right. No, and mostly non-league strength of schedule. So that was games that they played outside of the DFAL. So either in tournaments or other non-league games that they had scheduled and played against opponents that at least the commission thought were of a higher caliber than the Los Lomas opponents.
Which almost seems a little bit unfair, Roger, being that Los Lomas won the game between the two, and then they tied another one.
Yeah, that's a little strange. I was a little shocked to see that, because typically when you're in a tiebreaker type situation, the first tiebreaker is head-to-head competition, and in that Los Lomas came out ahead. But again, they look at a lot of different things, and they felt that the strength of schedule favored Concord there, and so Concord got the nod when it came to the seeding.
But I thought it was interesting that a lot of times you'll have several teams show up, and a lot of teams that show up to this meeting aren't going to get in, no matter how much they lobby, no matter how much the sales pitch that they use. This year, they only had the 12 teams. Everybody got in this year.
Right.
It just came down to who was going to be seated where.
Right. And most of it's really not much of a shock that the teams that don't get in don't really expect to get in for the most part. That's a great ball there up the left wing.
Here comes Los Lomas. Let's see if they can center this one. And nicely done. Knocked out of there. It looked like David Cole, number 2. Able to really save that one, because that time, Roger, it looked like Los Lomas had a chance to center the ball in front of the goal.
Yeah, that was a great recovery by David Cole, because the ball was actually was kicked over his head, and the left midfielder there for Los Lomas, number 16, Sean Angeles, made a nice run, and essentially David Cole just ran him down and took the ball away and cleared it. That was a great play. That was a nice
defense
ball
by Concord. And here comes Los Lomas back. Concord trying to take
the handball, but he got away with it. Referee didn't feel that it was that significant. We have a foul there, though.
Yeah, and that time, Dominic Harrington
got a yellow card. And
going to get the yellow card.
So he's going to watch this. I'm sure that they're going to.
That's Jeffrey Finch, number 20, that he's going to run into. Makes a nice play initially.
Yeah, he just came in, no play on the ball, turned his body. Referee clearly said that's a reckless play, so he's got to leave the field now until the next stoppage of play.
So now Concord will bring on another player here, so they don't go man down.
No, they brought on number 20, and he's coming in here, and he'll play for until they substitute the other yellow-carded player back.
That's Michael Kagawan, number 20. Here's Los Lomas on the attack, and coming out of goal is Zuniga to take that one, and he makes the nice play there.
Yeah, that was a nice play by their defender, by their left back. Got in front of the oncoming Los Lomas attacking player.
Next 10 minutes, sponsored by the 19th Hole Casino and Lounge, 2746 West Tregallis Road in Antioch, right behind the post office. So that last time, really, Los Lomas' best opportunity to score. Now they work with it here at midfield.
And trying to get everybody, trying to get again, Las Lomas plays with only one forward, so they need to make sure that their midfielders, if they track back on the ball for defensive purposes, get caught up to the ball and are able to put themselves in an attacking position.
And the ball knocked out of bounds that time. 20-15 and counting to go here in this first half. Still 0-0. Both teams looking for that first goal. For Concord this year, 49 goals for the Minutemen. They gave up just 24. And you wonder with, a goal, goals for and against, that they end up with so many losses, or at least so many ties this year.
Well, it's hard to say, oh, this is a nice play here, nice opportunity.
Los Lomas with a chance, and now booted away that time by Concord.
Again, Concord's backline is playing very well. They're doing a great job of getting into the passing lanes and anticipating where those balls are coming from.
Brentwood Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep for the next 10 minutes. 8085 Brentwood Boulevard off Highway 4. That's Brentwood Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep. Los Lomas on the attack, ball booted away.
Boy,
and that looked to be David Cole,
David
number
Cole
2 again. And I say that's at least 2 or 3 times where he has really frustrated the Knights by taking a near goal away. Let's take a look at the replay.
Nice play there, makes the nice cross here, and Cole just jumps into the passing lane and clears the ball. The Concord backline has been doing that all night long so far. They've been doing a very good job of it.
That is a goalie's best friend right there.
Yeah, it was unlucky.
On the attack here for Concord.
It's a nice play there by Derek Mazarego to take that ball away, but Las Lomas turned it right back over, unfortunately.
Battle for it. Now this one sent goalward and then popped into the air, that time by Jeffrey Finch, coming right down to Blum.
Yeah, obviously the referee figured that was an inadvertent, that wasn't a pass back, it's an inadvertent pass back to the keeper. He was trying to clear it, and the ball just went off the side of his foot. Luckily for Las Lomas, it went right to their keeper. It's a nice, again, David Cole stepped into the passing lane. Las Lomas had a play on right there up the left wing. David Cole stepped in and took the play away. That's an excellent play there.
And so far, David Cole, really, if we have a standout player so far, it's got to be him.
And he's doing a very good job from that back line.
Certainly from a defensive standpoint, he's really frustrated Las Lomas. Here's one sent goalward and then picked out of the air that time by Zuniga.
That's a nice play by Zuniga to get up in the air. That ball started to float on him a little bit.
And I think we saw that last time when the ball popped up over a goalie's head, kind of came up a little bit, then realized it's a little bit of a backspin that time. It's going to stay up a little bit longer, and it went over for a goal.
Yeah, that was in the Antioch game against the Antioch keeper. He was sort of frozen at the near post. I think he thought the ball was going to go over, and it just floated and floated and went right into the back post there.
All right, Las Lomas. Now it goes back to Concord. And that time Downs boots it back to Zuniga. And now Cole launching. Headed back, 3 times headed, but now out of bounds. Last touch that time by Sean Angelis. And Concord will control. Purchase your copy of this game, UPS shipping included, $25, 933-6264. Game of the week at Comcast.net. That's Game of the week at Comcast.net.
The handball.
And now hands on the ball again.
Yeah, Las Lomas player, Sam Chen, tried to chip that ball, I think, to Corey Packelbar, and it just hit the Concord player right in the hand.
So here comes Las Lomas here.
Yeah.
From about 35 yards out. Let's take another look.
Tries to chip that, and it just hits him right, number 6, hits a player there right there in the hand there. Gregory Downs.
Inadvertent, but doesn't really
handball
matter.
nonetheless. And there's no advantage gained by Las Lomas on that, so the referee blew out the handball.
This one booted, and then just over the head that time of Corey Packelbar. And he looked like he was going to get a head on it that time right in front of the goal, but the ball sailed just up and over.
Yeah, just a little bit high. Couldn't quite reach it. It's a good effort, though. That's a nice ball and a nice effort. Just a little bit high for Corey to get to.
And lately, Roger, Las Lomas at least making more noise and actually having a few more opportunities to score. So
yeah, I mean, actually, they've had a few opportunities. If it weren't for the Concord backline doing such a good job, I think this might be a different ball game.
This one, Concord heads it a couple of times. Finally back on the ground. Booted forward.
So that was a tough ball there. You got 2 forwards that were up there that particular time, making run on 3 backs. Ball's up high near, the backs will be able to track back on that one. Surprised there's no
that
foul
time
call.
Sean Angelis kind of poured over a Minuteman player.
Yeah, I think he got away with one here.
Let's take another look here.
That one was okay. It was the next play. Right there. Again, he went in. So, I think the referee made the judgment call that he was trying to play the ball and inadvertently hit the player. Now that's going to definitely be a foul.
That is going to be on the back that time.
Oh no, actually it's going the other way. Yeah, that's right, on the Concord.
That'll be against Concord.
Yeah, he had his arm clearly extended on the Los Lomas player's back. Again, right in front of the referee. So far as
take a look.
Yeah, right there. And the back of the head, got the arm and back of the Los Lomas player's head. They're pretty easy to call.
Another play by that Concord back line that we spoke of.
Another clear.
Heading that one away.
And we got an offside call. But the center referee waved off the AR because Concord keeper came up with the ball and they got the advantage by having the punt out instead of the free kick there.
Now this one over toward the far side. Kept in that time by Justin Thompson, number 21, and now it goes out of bounds.
Just unfortunately, he went to play it back to his player and he actually hit it off his player's chest out of bounds, his own player.
Los Lomas controls. 0-0 now, 14-18, showing here in this first half.
It's a nice change of play there. Switch the field.
Nearly taken away by Concord. Nicely handled that time by number 12, Steven Varlas. Here's Los Lomas. Down on the near side, and now this one goes out of bounds, and Concord will control.
It's a good idea. It was just they just ran out of room over there. It was tight fit on that sideline.
Soccer Magic, 1501A, North California Boulevard in Walnut Creek, 280-7627. That's Soccer Magic for all your soccer apparel.
Have a substitution here for Concord.
Now David Cole here to toss it in. He gives the heave. Headed backward and now out of bounds, and this time Los Lomas will do likewise. So no score so far, but still certainly we had some action.
Yeah, it's been very interesting.
There's that last toss in. Headed away there by David McCorkle.
Yeah, McCorkle tried to go up and flick that ball down the line, and he just unfortunately got it up in the air a little bit and a little offline, and it went up, ended up going out of bounds.
And McCorkle was just trying to center one, had it taken away that time by Los Lomas. Nicely done that time by Steven Varlas for the Knights, so they're playing some defense as well.
Backball tried to switch that ball away to the right side there, and unfortunately the ball went off the side of his foot, looked like, and ended up going to Concord.
Players collide, ball is booted very nicely.
Yeah, it's just a clearance by Los Lomas.
Nicely done by the Knights to get it clear. And now on the side, Los Lomas with it, trying to center.
Nice center.
Got a player down there, but taken away again. Another good defensive effort. This time, Nicholas Sharp, number 12 for the Minutemen.
Yeah, that was a great track back by that midfielder there to get back to that ball and save that goal.
Jeffrey Finch giving chase down into the corner.
It's a nice cross.
And there's nobody home. And now the kick. Oh, what a save!
That's a great save. That was a great play and a great save.
Richard Zuniga with his first big save of the game, of the diving variety. Let's take another look at it here.
Excellent left-footed cross ball, goes through Packelbar. And then Saad takes just a bullet to the near post there, but keeper was all over that. That was a great play.
Well, we talked about how well Richard Zuniga has played this year. Concord boots it over, and Blom will come out of his zone to come and play this one. But Zuniga really with a great play that time.
That's an excellent save. That ball was smoked to the near post there.
Now, Roger, we've seen saves, and then we've seen, well, something like that. That was a big one. Really got the crowd fired up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, that fires up your team too, and your keeper comes up with a big save like that.
All right. Concord trying to get it to midfield. Now taken by Finch.
Unlucky. That's
and
a nice
he lost it momentarily. Los Lomas still with it. Booting this one goalward. That'll go against Los Lomas.
Yeah, it was a good idea. Unfortunately, for Los Lomas, number 16 there was Sean Angelo, was offside.
Still no score here. Take a look at some of the crowd in attendance. They made sure to dress warm tonight. A little bit chilly here in Walnut Creek, and yet lately the weather's just been absolutely wonderful, and now starting to get a little bit cold. Just remind us that winter's not completely over.
Yeah, I think our tease was over, and we're back to reality now. You can tell by everybody's got their gloves and hats and blankets on out here.
This one into the middle of the field.
It's a bane of all the soccer parents as well. I wish our kids were taller, then we'd be inside watching them play basketball.
It is nice and warm in there, you got to say that. Nicely done. Now coming up the near side.
That's a nice little give and go right there by Las Lomas.
Here's Las Lomas giving chase, centering the ball. Got somebody, there's one booted. Nice stop that time again. And more good defense provided by Concord. And I think that's number 6, Gregory Downs.
That's a great play because that's an excellent cross by Angeles to Corey Packabar. Corey got a shot off, but Downs made a great block on that.
Gregory Downs, nicknamed G Unit, runs track as well. And his older brother Patrick played 2 seasons for Coach Gentry and was named to the Contra Costa Times Player of the Year for soccer in 2004.
That's going to be a foul. That fact, no card, and he's lucky. Angeles is lucky to get a card on that.
More bodies hitting the ground.
Comes in hard. Ball is already gone. Clearly just making a play on the player. Even if it wasn't intentional, it was reckless.
There's the free kick, headed away, and Concord going to boot this one up and over everything and across the end line. Next 10 minutes provided by Dolan's Lumber Doors and Windows, 2750 Camino Diablo in Walnut Creek and 2231 Monument Boulevard in Concord. Dolan's Lumber Doors and Windows, and we thank them for the next 10 minutes of soccer action. All right, here's Blom. Get a chance to boot this one away.
He got a goal kick here. He just plays it to his left back there.
Just gives that one off to Varlas.
Or Varlas, excuse me.
And this one down the side here. Giving chase for it is Angeles. Well, the green shirt gets there first.
That's
David Cole.
It's a nice play by Cole. He was 2-on-1. Really no advantage there to try and play that. He just took it out of bounds to let his defense reset.
Finch has got it. Now Angeles. And he tried to dribble that and keep it to himself, but let it pop a little too far away from him, and Concord knocks it away. Finch still on the near side.
Nice ball.
There's Angeles, but taken away again by Concord. And there's a swing and a miss.
I think that ball's already out of bounds.
Dominic Harrington trying to kick it forward, or actually that was number 18, Jordan Grider. Brothers Grider here for Concord tonight. And Concord here to play it in from the near side. And there's Zuniga. So far the highlight has got to be Zuniga's save. And the story of the game really right now, I would imagine, is Concord's defensive backline playing so well.
Yeah, their backline's doing a great job. And then, like I said, Zuniga, like you said, rather, Zuniga making a great save there. Las Lomas doing a good job of putting him under pressure. You can't take anything away from Las Lomas, but the Concord backline is just doing a great job of keeping him out of the goal.
And that time Alvarado tried to keep it in, but it goes out. Now normally, Roger, when you see a team put on more pressure, have the ball down towards the goal that they're trying to get it into more often, usually they'll break through, but sometimes I'm sure you have it when one team threatens, doesn't score, and the other team has 1 or 2 chances, and they score and win the game.
And you know what? If you talk to anybody who's watched much soccer, they'll just tell you, that's soccer.
That's soccer. So you can dominate the game, or virtually dominate the game, and still lose. www.gameofweek.com. Visit our official website for schedule highlights, news, and more. That's www.gameofweek.com, and check out our updated playoff schedule. Here comes Las Lomas and kick, and another nice save that time by Zuniga.
Yeah, that was another nice ball hit, and Zuniga come out and just grab it. I'm not sure if that was a shot or if he was attempting to get that across. Either way,
take a look at it there.
Like it was probably a shot, but Zuniga tracked that down again.
That was Sam Chen.
Well.
That was Sam Chen with the opportunity, but Zuniga able to take it away. So Las Lomas really does look, for all intents and purposes, Roger, like the team that's actually playing better right now. But
well, they're attacking better for sure.
Still 0-0, so it's all academic.
Right now, the story of the game is, the Las Lomas attack against the Concord defense, and we just got a yellow card.
So this is going to go against the Minutemen. So Justin Grider, number 8, drawing the yellow.
Yeah, like this.
The yellow's not so bad. And you're really getting danger when we're talking red.
Yeah, the only problem though with the yellow is that you have to be a little careful. Now, especially if you're an aggressive player, you have to play a little less aggressive. You have to be a little more cautious. It's kind of like playing basketball with 5 fouls in the NBA, you know. Takes a little bit out of your game.
Was it 2 yellows equal a red?
Right, 2 yellows and a red. It's a soft red, as they call it. And you're out of the game. You're out of the rest of not only this game, but you're out of the next game as well if you get a red. So
it's practically a suspension.
Yeah, it basically that's the red card penalty that you have to serve.
Here's Zuniga coming out of his box to take it. And the players race the other way. Zuniga punts this one forward. Taken immediately by Las Lomas as they drop it back in. Green shirt surrounding here. And now here's Zuniga. That can sometimes be a very dangerous play if you get a little lackadaisical that time.
Yep.
And the other team's hustling like Las Lomas was there. All of a sudden they can kind of surprise you.
It looks like Concord may have, I'm not sure if they changed or they just pulled one of their players back. It looks like they're playing more of a 4-4-2 now. And they've got 2 forwards up, 4 in the midfield and 4 in the back.
Now give us an idea of sort of what the strategy is when you go from one to the other. What are you looking at?
It kind of depends. I mean, obviously, you know, normally when you're playing more players at the forward position, you're trying to attack more. You play more in the back, you're trying to defend more. But within those systems, you can play different varieties, whether or not you have your outside players making the attacks or your center players making the attacks and your outside players are simply serving balls or vice versa. And I haven't seen Concord play enough this year to really know what they are doing. But it appears, though, that what they have been doing is putting their forwards up and getting balls to them.
Get some fancy footwork there, that time by Packelbar. And this one taken away again by Concord. And again, it's David Cole right in the defensive mix that time, breaking up a would-be chance here for Las Lomas. That's got to be at least a half dozen times he's done that.
And just headed that one out of danger, too. I mean, when you're playing against a back line that's playing as well as Concord is, you probably need to switch the ball a little bit more, move it from the right side to the left side and back again. You know, take the ball forward and then drop it back. That's a nice play there by Mazarego. Nice ball he served to the other side. That's going to be a foul. Concord player was trying to play the ball. It looked like the Las Lomas player over there, Saad, was trying to play the man. And the referee's interpretation was that he ran up into the man's back.
It certainly looked like he made contact there with a Concord player.
Well, and again, the assistant referee was right there.
Mazzei Pontiac Cadillac GMC, now located in Pittsburgh's Auto Row, 685-1813. That's Mazzei Pontiac Cadillac and GMC. Now on the side, and that's out of bounds. Las Lomas will have it over there on the far side. Tossed in there by Scott Brentzel. Concord has it. Alvarado fell down, gets back up, and now Las Lomas kicks this one back in the zone, giving chase, and now headed backwards.
Smart play
to Zuniga.
Smart play there, because Corey Packelbar was right there. Greg Downs again made a very nice play to head the ball back to his keeper. And while he basically shielded Corey Packelbar from the ball, headed the ball to the keeper, allowed the keeper to make a play, and put Concord on the attack.
And I'll tell you, Packelbar's keeping that defensive back line on their toes with his hustle.
Yeah, he's a very fast player. He's a football player. He runs track. He's got a lot of speed.
This one dumped in.
That's a nice play by Mazarego there to tip the ball back to himself.
Wonderful footwork there.
Yeah.
Trip, bodies fall, no whistle. Now down to the near side, head into the quarter, and now out of bounds. And now we are down to 2 minutes left, so they'll keep the rest of the time on the field here. And we are nearing the end of this very competitive but scoreless first half.
It's been a very exciting first half. They just haven't put the ball in the goal, but we've seen a lot of good play. Ball has not been centered at midfield. We've seen a lot of ball around the Concord goal, a couple of times down around the Las Lomas goal.
Booter over here toward the near side. That'll go out of bounds. And Las Lomas will control.
A handball. Another handball, but they got away with that one.
There's a couple of them tonight they haven't called. Alvarado racing with it.
Nice play.
Fancy footwork there. Try to get it to one of his players and does.
Does a nice little combination, then back to Alvarado.
Works against 2 defenders here. Back over in the middle. Getting that one out to Edson Pedamonte. And now we have a whistle stopping play here, and Concord guilty of the infraction, and Los Lomas will have it.
I didn't see anything. I missed that one.
Take another look, and a little bit of a scramble, but
yeah, a little bit of a trip, a little pull and tug, a little bit of a trip.
Here's Los Lomas, and now we have another whistle.
Yeah. He's gonna look. I think he's gonna call. Looks like the assistant referee called one of the Los Lomas players there. Push or a shove or a tug. I'm not sure which one of those it was.
I mean, so many things can go wrong on your way to the goal. Take
you got Paco Bar. Yeah, there. It's pretty obvious. They just grabbed his arm and pulled him.
There's Paco Bar. We talked about David Cole being involved in the mix. Paco Bar for Los Lomas also involved in a lot of the action here tonight.
He's doing a good job of keeping that back line under pressure.
Free kick upcoming here.
So far, the Concord back line has stood up to the challenge.
Alvarado, and he nails this one, but way too high.
Yeah, that was a nice kick.
Bounds.
Just sailed on him a little bit there.
Good leg, the accuracy not there. And we're still 0-0 here in the first half from Los Lomas High School. First round NCS 2A playoff between the Concord Minutemen and the Los Lomas Knights. Here's one booted toward midfield. And Los Lomas kicks it back. Now they come across to Finch. Finch nearly had it taken away that time by Martin Navarro.
You don't want to turn it over there. You're only 25 yards from your goal.
Here's Los Lomas trying to gain control here. Kicked up here to Angeles. Now back across. That's Sam Chen.
It's a nice ball if he can get to it.
And now chased down that time by David McCorkle of Concord.
Yeah, it's a little long. That ball was kicked a little bit long. That's a good idea. Just unlike his nice play by McCorkle to run that ball down.
Here's Los Lomas trying to stay on the attack.
So tried the little flick play.
Concord nearly lost it. This one's centered and now headed away that time.
A little bit of a collision in the box, I think.
And Los Lomas still has it. And this one just knocked away by Zuniga. And that one looked to be on goal, and Zuniga got a piece of that one.
Yeah.
And sent it wide left. Take another look. That's Packelbar.
This is the first place of the cross. Cole again with the nice head out.
Heading it away.
Ball in here, and then he just kicks this. And again.
And that was Sam Chen with the shot, but Richard Zuniga with another nice save. And now a corner kick.
Zuniga right on that one.
This one is going to be headed up and over the crossbar and through over the crossbar of the football goal posts. So that was the third corner kick by Los Lomas in this half. Concord has had one. And that's, again, sort of testament to the ball spending a lot more time in the Concord zone than in the Los Lomas zone. And let's see it again here.
Yeah, this was definitely the best opportunity that Los Lomas had to score off their corner kicks there. The ball just went a little high.
That was Mazarego with the header.
He was right on it.
A little bit high, but he was there.
And the ball was perfectly placed. It was a well-placed corner kick.
Yeah, much better than their first two corner kicks that were into the side of the goal and then low and on the ground. And that will do it for the first half here from Los Lomas. The Knights and the Minutemen, 0-0. We'll be back with some highlights and then the second half action. Stay tuned. You're watching the Comcast Game of the Week.
Hi.
Rocco's is a great place for In addition to serving the best pizza in the East Bay, Rocco's also serves many classic Italian pasta specialties. Make Rocco's your home for your next team party. Great pizza, great pasta, great people.
Rocco's!
A part of your community.
And back at Los Lomas here at Walnut Creek, first round NCS 2A playoffs between the Concord Minutemen and the Los Lomas Knights. Anthony Schultz along with Roger Brothers. And Roger, an interesting game and at times exciting, but still no score so far.
Yeah, it's been a great game. I mean, that's the beauty of soccer. Some people would say that's the problem with soccer, but and it kind of depends on your perspective. But
to each his own.
Yeah, exactly. You know, from my perspective anyway, I think from most soccer fans' perspectives, is you can have a great game without a lot of scoring. And it's been a very exciting game. Good play.
And here's some of that excitement. Taking a look at some of this action, I'm sure we're going to feature some nice saves here by Zuniga.
Yeah,
that one was just wide. But we're going to see a couple from him that, one just eye-popping save that he made in this ball game. Let's take another look. Again, Los Lomas on the attack.
He comes in here again. He timed that ball just perfectly. Went up, got it at its highest point.
Another look from Los Lomas coming from across the field.
Left-footed cross by Finch there. Goes through Pachelbar. Well struck there by Saad to the near post and just makes a fantastic save there.
The one I was talking about. That was one of the best saves that we've seen so far this year.
Lays full out right on the near post. Another nice cross there by Pachelbar. Gets headed away by Cole. And then this is just another one, another nice little toe poke to the near post there, but Zuniga's right on it. Another great save.
And also got to say David Cole's had a wonderful game for Concord defensively. They've done a great job, and that's why we are at 0-0 at a halftime here from Los Lomas. Come on back. The second half is coming up next on the Comcast Game of the Week.
What is a coach?
All of our friends from the Comcast Game of the Week.
And back at Los Lomas, second half underway here from Walnut Creek. A 0-0 game here at the end of one half. And somebody's trying to change that here as we begin the second half of play. And bodies hit the floor, and we have our first second half whistle. First 10 minutes of the second half brought to you by Hertz Equipment Rental, 30 South Buchanan Circle in Pacheco, 680-0316. That's Hertz Equipment Rental.
A pretty harmless foul there at midfield, 60 yards from the goal. Oh,
booted down by Concord and headed up and over the crossbar.
Nice play there.
But Concord with an early threat here, Roger.
Yeah, West Blum was he was a little hesitant, wasn't quite sure where that ball was coming in. As he was making his move out to get the ball, Concord player snuck in there and got his head on it.
And that was David McCorkle who got the head on it. Couldn't get it to go forward as much as he could get it to go up in the air. And then McCorkle battles with a Knight over here on the near side as the ball goes out of bounds. So Richard Zuniga with a lot of nice saves. David Cole playing some good defense. But it's been Los Lomas with most of the attacking plays coming up, but they've been thwarted so far by the green and gold. Now here's one's kicked down toward the corner.
And yeah, we have Alexei Ilyanik now is playing up top for Los Lomas.
Down the far side here.
There, that's Ilyanik right there.
Knights on the attack. This one is booted.
Looks like it's going to be a corner
way
kick
over the end line.
For a corner.
And last touch, Roger, as you said, by Concord. So Los Lomas will get their second corner kick of the ball game.
Yeah, Ilyanik also has a lot of speed. And Concord player there was just basically overmatched speed-wise and just kicked the ball over the end line to just buy his team some time and give his keeper a chance at that.
So that's actually Los Lomas' fourth corner kick of the evening. First here of the second half, and this one is headed away by Concord momentarily. The Knights trying to keep it in the zone here. And
nice
Concord
play.
trying to clear. And they do. Back in by Los Lomas. Now the Knights trying to set it up again.
Gonna be another corner kick.
And another corner kick, but Justin Thompson, number 21 of Concord.
And that was Mazrego came up, made that play all the way from the back.
Yeah, Thompson and then Mazarego racing with the ball, and Thompson, even though they give up the corner kick, they at least don't give up the goal. Brentwood Dodge, Chrysler and Jeep, www.brentwooddodge.com.
Nice.
Another corner kick for Los Lomas, and this one is taken by Zuniga out of the air.
Yeah, he just plucked that one out of the air before it got to the far post.
That's 5 corner kicks now in the ball game here for Los Lomas, 2 already in the half, but again, thwarted by this Concord defense.
Yeah, the last 3 plays that they've made have been good plays by Los Lomas. Nice corner kicks. Just the Concord's defenders, and in that time in particular, Zuniga came up with a nice play.
All right, here's the Knights. Sending this one to the far side. Chased down over there by Sean Angeles.
Nice play by Angeles to keep the ball from going out. Again, another nice play by David Cole.
And kicked off a Los Lomas player.
Yeah, kicked off of Angeles, I believe. It's a nice play by Cole there. He defended Illness on the pass there by Angeles and turned around, kicked the ball up, got it to go off of Los Lomas player Angeles, and Concord got a throw in.
All right, this one headed once, now Concord. Going across midfield. Here come the Knights trying to mount a threat here. Kicked and out of bounds, and Concord will control on the far side. So still awaiting our first goal. We'll see if Concord can mount a threat here. This one down, headed by McCorkle, and that will be wide to the right.
That's a good idea. He's headed it wide.
You know, that's twice now that McCorkle's had his head on the ball, at least near the goal.
Yeah, that one again. This time West Blom was right on the near post. Ball gets centered in, and here comes McCorkle up, heads it to the near post, but West Blom is right there. Pretty harmless. Just lets it go over the end line for a goal kick.
But at least for Concord, they are mounting a little more threats, and that looked like a near handball there.
Yeah, he fell, actually hit him right in the head, I think.
And this one kicked out of bounds. Concord will have it. And we may have an injured Minutemen on the field here.
Yeah.
We're actually just tying his shoe.
Yeah, I think he just lost his shoe. I think he lost his shoe. Got stepped on.
Like we used to call that getting a flat.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what happened.
So just pump up the shoe and it'll be ready to go. Kind of went down there as if he was hurt. He's just, nope, just got to fix my shoe.
Still fixing his shoe.
Here's Concord. Throwing it here from the far side. Headed first by the Minutemen. Knights trying to take it away, and now we have a whistle.
Offside.
You mean you could actually see offsides on that play?
Well, I'm not sure if he signaled offside or if he signaled a foul. Couldn't tell from the from his signal.
Take a look as McCorkle giving chase there for Concord. Working against Jeffrey Finch.
Yeah, he's offside. He was offside there. He was in an offside position. He came back on trying to play the ball, and he never got back onside in order to play the ball.
All right, here's McCorkle with it. Nearly had it taken away, and then boots it off a Los Lomas player.
That's a nice shot. That's a well-struck ball. It's just offline.
Wide left that time. And you could see McCorkle signaling as he thought one of the Los Lomas players had actually got a hand on the ball.
Yeah.
And right there, he may have a good argument there.
Yeah, it's hard to say that when as long as the arm is against the body and you turn, you're trying to avoid contact, the referee's generally not going to call that.
And it almost seems to me if it's not intentional, it seems like they're going to maybe let some of those go, Roger, or how would they usually call that?
If they're trying to make an effort to get away, again, especially with the hands in, once the arm comes away from the body, intentional or not, you're going to get called for that.
Right, because if the hands are in, you figure it's going to hit him in the body
exactly,
anyhow.
You know, and your hand isn't really playing separate, it's really part of your body at that point. So again, you know, like most calls, it comes down to the referee's discretion.
Oh, headed over there by Concord.
No, that's by Los Lomas. It's going to be a corner kick. Los Lomas defender got a piece of that, hit it over the end line. Concord's going to end up with a corner kick here. So their second one of the game.
First one of the second half.
Nice to the far post.
Headed up in the air.
And nice clear.
And then nicely done by the Los Lomas defense. Players jumping for the ball.
That's a nice ball there. That's a great ball.
Down to the far side.
Just couldn't quite.
Trying to get it ahead over there to Jesus Lopez.
Yeah, Lopez just couldn't quite catch up to them. This is a nice ball, though. That ball's out.
And this ball.
Well, miscommunication there.
Yeah, trying to go back to number 5, Tanner Brown, but he looked like he was already out of bounds when he got the ball.
Yeah, this is miscommunication between Mazarego and Brown there.
All right, Knights on the attack.
That's
Jesus
a nice
Lopez.
Good idea, but Zuniga played that nicely, anticipated where that ball was going to go, and got there.
And he came right to the edge of that line where he could still use his hands and was able to pick up the ball.
Yep.
And you talk about a goalie knowing how to play the position, and there's evidence of it there.
Exactly. He anticipated very well. He read that ahead of time and was in position waiting for the ball, basically.
Here's Cole for Concord, hitting this one. Chested by the Minutemen. Down goes a Concord player, and a foul against Los Lomas.
I think their feet got tangled on an inadvertent trip over there.
So a free kick upcoming here for Concord, Roger, on the Los Lomas side of the field.
Got a lot of players. I've got 7 players up.
This one headed away by the Knights. Kept in by Concord. One pinballs around. Alvarado, he kicks one, but KJ Hansen deflects it.
Again, nice play by Hansen to get his foot in front of that ball.
Booted up in the air. Everybody leaping for the ball. Concord puts it back in. McCorkle was there, but knocked away.
Ball's a little short. It was a good idea. It was a nice play.
Yeah, Varlas made the nice play to break that one up. Almost looked like McCorkle was kind of racing free down that time, but the ball was
ball just a little short. If you'd have put a little more length on that ball, it might have had a better play. That's a nice ball right there.
Kick down into the corner. And then booted away.
Goal kick
by Zuniga. And again, Los Lomas trying to threaten there, and Zuniga, a nice job to thwart them.
I think that may have been a corner. I think because what was happening is I think Los Lomas said that went off of the Concord player, and that's why Zuniga was making such an effort to clear it, because it was going to be a corner. And when he didn't get to it, Los Lomas thought it should have been a corner, but apparently the AR over there disagreed.
Here's Los Lomas working with it on the near side. Trying to find some room. And then kicked the other way by Conrad Chin of Concord. There's McCorkle spinning with the ball, trying to get away. Kind of left the ball behind him, then he rescues.
There you go.
And here comes Concord on the attack. Out here to the left side.
Nice build up there, nice development
play. Nicely taken away there by Mazzarego.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He just stood the attacking player up, took the ball away from him. Very good defense.
Mazzarego doing in this half what David Cole did to Los Lomas there in that first half.
Yeah, they're
sort of thwarting the offensive efforts.
Must be something with that north goal that because both teams when they're going to the north goal have been
like the field's
attacking.
tilted that way.
Yeah,
there's McCorkle
exactly.
trying to center it, and that's a nice
play
job
by
there.
Blom. Nice play by Blom to just come out, make a routine play. It's a nice shot.
Next 10 minutes by Fresky Air Systems Incorporated, residential, commercial, industrial. Fresky Air Systems Incorporated, 794-2653. And thank you, Trish and Jack. Far side for the Knights. Trip and now a whistle.
We're going to get a free kick for Los Lomas here.
So Los Lomas going to get a free kick here, about 20 yards away this time. So good position for the Knights. And over there to do the honors is Sam Chen.
Yeah, Los Lomas playing this fairly conservatively. You see they only have 4 players up at the edge of the box. The rest of their players are back, although they're starting to creep up a little bit now.
There's one sent goalward.
Yeah, just a driven ball to the near post. The idea was hoping to get somebody get their foot on it, maybe get a little flick to the back post, or maybe just chip it up over the keeper's head. Probably couldn't quite do it. Again, part of that is that Zuniga was right in the right place at the right time.
And Zuniga, probably a half dozen or so goals here, or saves rather, Roger, but 2 were of the excellent variety.
Yeah, he's having a very good game.
So good goalkeeping here for Concord, and this one kicked out of bounds. Acalanes winning the DFAL this year. Miramani came in second, and Miramani, traditionally one of the powers here, always have a very good team. College Park finished 3rd. Los Lomas and Concord sort of in the middle of the pack, but both with good records.
Yeah, I mean, the last few years it's been kind of Acalanes, Miramani, and Los Lomas have all been kind of battling. This year, Los Lomas is a little bit younger team. Both Miramani and Acalanes teams are a little more veteran.
And purchase your copy of this game. UPS shipping included, $25. 933-6264. Game of the week at Comcast.net. GOTW at Comcast.net.
The handball, but they didn't call it. Another corner kick for Los Lomas.
They're 6th of the game, 3rd of the half. An interesting situation. for the Knights. Let's see if they can make something happen with this one.
Sam Chen's going to take this one again.
From the near side.
Nice driven ball.
It looked like knocked away by Zuniga that time, and then finally cleared here by Concord as they get it out toward midfield.
Concord's going to get.
Here's McCorkle racing down the near side with it. Nearly had it taken away. Trying to rescue, and now under duress, and a whistle blows.
Yeah, he got fouled there from behind. That's why the referee gave.
Yeah, let's take another look.
Tanner Brown a warning there. Right here he comes in. We missed it, but played it from behind, give him a little kick in the back. Referee's out, telling him just calm down.
Booted goalward. This one headed away. Now headed again and under the goal. And that's going to be an own goal possible. Let's take a look.
Offside.
And now the offside calls are going to wave off the goal. And Concord will protest. You're looking at McCorkle there in a very frustrated green and gold group because they got the ball into the net, but the offsides call is made. No goal for Concord, and we are still scoreless. 25-38 here to go in the second half. Take another look here.
This is live. This is live.
Actually live, not the last play that we were looking for, but here's Concord again, and this one is going to be gobbled up by West Blom. So West Blom getting a little more action here in the second half and doing a nice job. The benefit of that last offsides call, but he made the play there. And now back the other way we go. Ball kicked out of bounds. Kind of interesting the way Concord ended up making the playoffs. They did tie 7 games, lost to Acalanes early, 1-0, and then they came back to beat the Dons, but the Minutemen won 3 of their last 4, including that win over Acalanes, and they really got a lot of help. Dublin, Alhambra, and Mount Diablo all won or tied games that they weren't expected to win, and that really helped Concord get into these playoffs. So they needed to put together sort of a run there at the end of the season, Roger, and also get some help, a predicament that you don't ever want your team to be in. You figure all of the stars are not going to align for you, but in this case they did for Concord, and here they are at a 0-0 tie here in the playoffs.
Yeah, sometimes, the old saying, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and sometimes all you can do is play your best, but you lose those early games and it's tough to recover, and then you end up needing a little help, and luckily for Concord, they got a little help this year. It's another ball, nice and far post.
And Lomas
long.
Trying to head it that time, but just a little bit too high.
A nice ball to the far post there by that Chen again. Yeah, by Chen. Serves it in, and just a little bit long.
Brentwood Dodge, Chrysler and Jeep, 8085 Brentwood Boulevard off Highway 4, 634-9900. That's Brentwood Dodge, Chrysler and Jeep.
Oh, no, that wasn't Chen. That time it was Barlis. Barlis served that ball.
Alvarado trying to keep it, and then draws the trip. He was sort of lobbying the official for the call and then got it. And Alvarado, the free kick, booting it away. McCorkle had it, then didn't have it, recovers, and then loses it there with the kick. And here comes Los Lomas the other way. A little 3-on-1 at this end. And that time,
it was Ilnik and Cole going at it. That's, again, David Cole right there. Ilnik put on a good.
Unfortunately for Alexa, he was surrounded by 3 green shirts.
Yeah, so Concord's staying back pretty well.
As this game wears on, it looks like we're getting a little faster down on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ball moving up and down the field much more quickly than it was in that first half. And now we have a whistle. Looked like
handball.
Maybe somebody had touched the ball.
Yeah, like you call it a handball.
And Concord, who really had not mounted a whole lot of offense in that first half, starting to mount a little more, is presenting Los Lomas with a few more threats here in the second half. And now a free kick upcoming here for Concord. Players gather in front of that goal. A little misdirection that time. And then Alvarado with the kick. And McCorkle tried to come over there to get a piece of that, but just could not do it.
Yeah,
and the ball sails wide left.
Yeah, just offline. That was a good play by Concord.
Nice little trickery there on that free kick.
They give it to a player. He gets it, he sets it. And then Alvarado takes the shot, tries to turn on it. Just, I don't know, I couldn't tell if he fanned on it completely or if he just didn't hit it
sort of
right way.
Went through 2 sets of legs that time, but
couldn't quite tell.
Another chance for Concord going by the boards. And this one popped into the air near midfield.
Again, Concord's doing a good job of getting their players back behind the ball.
Rescued over here by Concord, but then knocked away here by Los Lomas and out of bounds.
It looks like at least between Ilnick and Corey Packabar on pure foot speed that they probably might have the Concord backs a little overmatched in speed, but Concord's making up for it with good play, anticipating the ball well, and just a solid defense back there.
Here's Ilnick, had it taken away by the Minutemen. And then Los Lomas takes it right back. And then booted out of bounds off a Concord player. Looked like Jordan Greider there, the last to touch it. The Los Lomas controls on the near side. Looking there at Eduardo Alvarado. And take a look at that last replay, and there it is. Los Lomas with it.
Trying to do a give and go there, it just didn't quite. Was that
Alvarado tried to leave it that time for Justin Thompson. Los Lomas gets in the way of that as we tick down to 20:40 to go here in the second half.
Yeah, we have another free kick to Los Lomas, called a foul on Concord here.
Let's take another look.
Yeah.
I think McCorkle kind of turned around and then stuck his foot out there,
well, again,
sliding to the ground.
Came up with the cleats up. Anytime you come up with the cleats up, you can get the referee's attention.
Here, this one headed back by the Minutemen. Now Concord trying to change ends quickly here. They got a little break going. Ball sent out. McCorkle chasing it down and then rescued by Wes Blum.
Nice play by Blum.
Talk about a dangerous situation, sliding for that ball like that when you have an offensive player coming near you.
And that was great communication between Mazarego and Blum. They're talking. You can see Mazarego talking to the keeper as he's shielding the Concord attacking player from the ball.
Boy, and McCorkle came right over the top of Blum that time.
Yeah.
Very lucky we didn't have an injury. And I believe that was the injury that LaFile took in that game against Miramani, going for a ball and having somebody come over the top of him like that. Next 10 minutes sponsored by GamePod Combat Airsoft, where the elite will meet. 520 West 2nd Street in Antioch, 755 game. GamePod Combat Airsoft. You see that one of the most dangerous plays, I would say, is when you're down on the ground and somebody's chasing, looking to kick the ball.
Yeah, they're coming in. You know, they're not anticipating necessarily that you're going to be there as the keeper.
Concord throw it, bicycle kick attempted. Here's a shot, and just wide left. Another trounce by Concord. Goes by the boards, but those Minutemen really starting to threaten quite often here in the second half.
That was a nice shot, just went wide. Bicycle kick looked good, but
it's McCorkle with the header there. And there's that bicycle try there.
This is the nice shot, just past. Boy, that was just past the far post there.
And that was number 11, Horacio Vernal Cobble.
Yeah, Rumal Cobble.
Rumal Cobble trying to make the bicycle kick right there, and that's got to be tough on the back, the way you land after making a play like that.
Yeah, you got to do that when you're young.
All right, free kick out coming here for Concord.
Nice ball.
Sending it in. Sort of knocked away by Blum that time.
Nice play by Blum to go into the mix there, knock that away.
Sent down the other way, and then we're going to have a pushing foul.
And that's going to be a card. And that's going to not only be a push foul, it's going to be a card. He got his arm up in his face.
Looked like number 3, Conrad Chin, the guilty party. That time fouling Alexei Ilyanik of Los Lomas.
Left, JP, left!
Clock continues to roll here. And Sam Chen here going to do the honors for Los Lomas from the near side. Centers this one. And taken away quickly by Concord, and they clear the zone.
Again, they
More nice defense.
They try to just play the ball in on the ground, try and get a little flick. They saw a little back heel play to an oncoming player, but again, Concord stepped in and was able to anticipate that pass and get the ball to safety.
That's one of the things Concord's been doing very well tonight, and that's thwarting the offensive opportunities. He's nearly an over the back. Defenses reign supreme here so far tonight. This one across. Los Lomas give chase, and that is just kicked out of bounds that time by number 21, Justin Thompson. feeling a little bit threatened that time. Just let's get the ball out of there and make him throw it in.
Well, his keeper was yelling. I'm not sure you could hear it. His keeper was yelling, get the ball wide, you know.
And then out of bounds. Next week, Saturday and Sunday, to be announced, the game of the week. We'll have a soccer matchup for you. We don't know exactly how it's going to break down, but we will bring you soccer NCS playoff action right here on the Comcast Game of the Week. All right, booted down. Rescued by the Minutemen, Lucas Monroe. And now it goes out of bounds. And next week, Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. And Monte Vista versus San Ramon Valley, a battle for first place. So we'll have some basketball action for you as well. Soccer and basketball, all sorts of stuff happening right here in the Comp Case of the Week. Be part of it. And now here's Zuniga to handle this one on the ground. Sends this one downfield. Headed back. Here comes a couple of green shirts here.
A little miscommunication back there. And for Los Lomas, they're lucky that didn't cost them.
Now Concord working with it on the far side. Second half winding down very rapidly here. Still better than 15 minutes to go. And now this one's sent out of bounds.
Interesting to see whether these either one of these teams try and mix it up, try and get either more offensive minded, or see if they change, go more defensive minded, whether they play for the win or the tie. Because if we get the tie, we're going to go to 2 10-minute overtimes with golden goal, which is basically a sudden death. And then if we're still tied after that, we're going to go to penalty kicks. So, which I can tell you,
and
no
if we're still
coach
tied
likes.
after that, it'll be past my bedtime.
No coach likes penalty kicks. I don't think the players are very fond of them either.
Well, because sometimes it seems, Roger, that it's so hard, at least some of the times, it's so hard to score during the game, and then a penalty kicks, you know, that overtime situation, it's almost too easy to score.
Yeah, and the thing about penalty kicks is you just never know. I mean,
oh, nice move that time by Horacio. Continuing to battle with it there.
Yeah, it's a nice play there.
Now we have a whistle. And it looks like they're going to get Horacio with using the body too much or something.
You know what Los Lomas is complaining about is that they had the advantage. They had the ball. Why stop? Why stop the ball here and give them a foul when they had the ball already? They were on the attack. Now you let Concord come back and set up their defense. But the referee didn't, in his opinion, he didn't think there was a decided advantage for Los Lomas, so he blew the whistle and gave them the free kick.
So now the Knights working with it on the near side. Sam Chen, and then goes out of bounds. Very fast-paced second half. Throw in here by Los Lomas. Chen gets it back, centers this one in the air, and then nicely done by Zuniga to take it away, comes up and grabs the ball again.
He goes up very well.
He's had a very good game and goal here tonight. Concord now on the far side. Looking to get this one centered up high. Taken away by the goalie. Nicely done by Wes Blum. So he says to Zuniga, whatever you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, I mean,
a takeaway at one side and then again on the other side.
He's having a very good game.
This one booted down. Ilyanik giving chase. Tries to keep it for himself. And then on the side of the goal it goes.
Well, unlucky there. It's a nice play.
The ball is getting from one end of the field to the other very rapidly here. And I've just got this feeling that before long, we are going to see that ball get into the goal, and actually one that counts.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I mean, right now, both teams are pressing forward in a hurry. So it's going to be a matter of, whether or not which team can get in behind and get a break, or which defense, has a lapse.
Yeah, you figure that one mistake would end up costing somebody. There's a ball sent down.
You can save this, going to be a corner. Yeah, so Concord's going to corner kick.
Celia's Mexican Restaurant for great Mexican food. Locations throughout the county at Celia's Mexican Restaurant. Second corner kick upcoming here for Concord. Second one of the half, third one of the game. And here it is. And this one's headed away. Let's see if Concord can keep it in and get another shot while they're down here. Nearly taken away, and then taken away by Los Lomas. Nicely done that time by the Knights.
Nice play. It's nice play by Zuniga to come out and play that ball off the ground because he was outside the penalty area.
It's been booted around. Los Lomas trying to make some noise here. Some white shirts starting to gather here on this side of the field. Taken away by Concord. Here the Knights trying to keep it in. Nicely done, and then a little tripping Horacio doing battle that time with Tanner Brown of Los Lomas.
Now the foul's going against Brown going this way.
And then Horacio, Ruvalcaba tried to kick the ball before it was actually set. I guess they had to throw it in there from the side. And
well, no, it's going to be on the ground, but it was he tried to. Number one, it wasn't set, and number two was about 10 yards up from where the referee had signaled the foul. But
well,
hey, that,
he
knows
the game's wearing down. He's trying to keep the pace up.
That's smart soccer, you know. That's a very good play. I mean, you know, unfortunately for Concord, the referee kind of caught on, but that's a smart play by Ruvalcaba.
All right, booted in, and then Los Lomas able to clear. Toward midfield. And the Knights booting it in. Los Lomas gives chase. Concord trying to get it out of there.
Play.
Trying to keep it in. That's Chen with it. Working it around. And now a whistle blows.
You get a free kick.
Saad being fouled that time. A free kick upcoming. And here's Chen to do the honors from the near side. Rapidly approaching the 10-minute mark. 10 minutes to go here in this ball game. Chen centering this one on the ground. This one booted toward the goal. This one is going to be wide right.
A little offline, a little high, a little offline. A good idea. But they say it went off a Concord. They say it went off a Concord player, so it's going to be a Los Lomas corner kick.
Last 10 minutes brought to you by Contra Costa Clean Water Program and Mr. Funnelhead. 1-800-NO-DUMPING, www.funnelhead.com. That's the Contra Costa Clean Water Program and Mr. Funnelhead doing the last 10 minutes of this game. Possibly the last 10 minutes of this game. Another corner kick for Los Lomas.
Last 10 minutes in regulation anyway.
Knocked over. Sam Chen boots it back. And the Knights unable to make anything happen as Concord able to clear it that time. That is our 6th corner kick of the half. 4th one for Los Lomas. And so far, nobody's been able to find the net with any of those or any of the other opportunities that have presented themselves.
No, we've seen very good defending and very good goalkeeping from both teams tonight.
Very different from the last few games that we've done together.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a very evenly played game as we thought it would be.
I think we said that at the top of the show that this game would be a lot more competitive than the games that we've seen so far on our soccer game of the week telecast.
And it has been. It's been good soccer. I mean, it's been.
Concord booting this one down.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of everything. Some good midfield play, obviously some good defending, some good attacking. It's just I think the defenders have just had an edge today over the attacking players.
Here's Blom to take this one back toward midfield. Knights working with it here on the far side. And quickly taken away by Los Lomas.
That's going to be a tripping foul.
So a free kick upcoming here for Concord on the Los Lomas side of the field. Booted down, headed away by the Knights. Chen has it, and it has it taken away now by Concord.
Yeah, the ball just got away from him a little bit there.
And tripping again. So another free kick. They quickly start again.
Yeah, quick restart there by Concord. Trying to catch Los Lomas napping.
Right back to the feet of Los Lomas, trying to catch them napping, but certainly the Knights were not asleep on that play.
No, they were right there. They played that one.
Purchase your copy of this game. UPS shipping included, $25, 933-6264. And now we have another whistle. And we have a Los Lomas player down on the field here on this near side.
This is Derek Masrego.
I hope Derek's okay. Couldn't see what happened to him, and now we're going to come out there and take a look. So time is stopped here. as they take a look at Derek, and we can just hope that he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I didn't.
So neither one of us able to get a glimpse of what happened to Derek that time. They're actually working on his left ankle. Appears to be in a bit of pain. And now a breather for everybody on the
actually
field.
looks like his right. Looks like his right calf. It looks like they're massaging his right calf. That's yeah. You know, I'm not sure if it's. Hopefully, it's just a cramp. It's Mr. Abreu there. It's a Los Lomas trainer out there taking a look at him, along with Coach Greenwood.
Looking back over Concord's season, they were at the Newark Memorial High School for the Winter Classic over Christmas time. Actually beat a very good Hayward team, and Hayward actually won the Hayward Athletic League championship.
Yeah. You know, that's one of those wins that we're talking about, the seeding for North Coast, that probably worked in their favor to get them some seeding, for example, ahead of Los Lomas.
Yeah, they actually won that game 6-2, and Coach Gentry told me that that was obviously a big game as far as their strength of schedule goes, and
Absolutely.
Really that win over Acalanes, another one that propelled them into these playoffs.
So it looks like Derek Masbergo is coming off the field, and Andrew Shapiro now is going into his position there in that back line for Los Lomas.
Here, this one dumped in, headed away by Concord. Try to keep it in. Here's Los Lomas. Nice trying to stay on the attack. Here's Sam Chen near the ball, but has it kicked away by Concord. And then they'll chase it down over here on the near side. Throw-in upcoming here for the Knights. Get it out here to Jorgensen. He gets away momentarily. Little bumping there in the corner. Jorgensen trying to get away, working against two defenders. Almost a stalemate over there, and he gets away.
Nice
Jorgensen
play.
with the kick, trying to center, and it's just a little bit too high. We'll chase it down on the far side.
That's a great play by Jorgensen, though, taking on those two defenders and beating them.
And almost, if he could have kept that ball a little bit lower, they would have had a chance to get one that time.
That's a great play.
But to get away from the two defenders and nearly give his team a chance, a very nice play by Jorgensen. All right, the Knights remain on the attack. Tanner Brown.
It's a nice ball.
Booted this one, and
it's going to come back. Yeah, he had both his hands on the Concord defender's back, right in front of the referee.
Under 6 minutes to go here in regulation. This one looks like we're headed toward overtime, but still a couple of minutes to go. Here comes Los Lomas. Over to the corner. Nice fancy dribbling that time. Can he center the ball? Knocked away momentarily by Concord. They battle for it. Los Lomas still with possession. Trying to get a shot off, and this one sent high and over the crossbar. And that, again, Tanner Brown. Close range that time, but again, sometimes it's just hard to kick that ball on a line when you want to.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice play by Los Lomas to move that ball around. And he just, like I said, just got his foot under it just a little bit, and it just sailed up on him.
So it's been a game of defense with some offensive outbursts sort of mixed in.
So it looks like Masbergo's back in the game. So he must have been just a cramp. He's okay.
That's good news. Leaving with an injury earlier, now he's back.
And the Hanson just came out, and they slid Shapiro over to his position. Here comes Los Lomas.
Here's Los Lomas, far side. This one is centered.
It's a nice cross.
Crossing, headed away by Zuniga that time.
That was a great, he just knocked that ball away with his hand, but it was headed right for Ilyanik's head.
So another great play by Zuniga to save.
Yeah, that was a sure goal. That would have been a sure goal if he hadn't had his hadn't headed, or rather fisted that away.
Yeah, got his fist on. I thought initially it was his head, but in any event, he's able to turn Los Lomas away again. And they battle forward here on the far side. Ooh. Here comes Los Lomas dumping this one into the corner.
Yeah, it's gonna go out.
And that one will go over the end line.
I think he was just trying to send a ball forward for see if Ilyanik could run that one down, but he just sent it a little too far. Sailed over the end line there.
So it looked like the United States looking at some World Cup action. The United States, they moved up one place into a three-way tie for 6th in FIFA's rankings that was released on Wednesday. The United States shared the number 6 with Mexico and Spain.
There's another ball, nice ball into the corner here.
Into the corner, trying to get it centered here. Taken away momentarily by Concord.
Yeah, boy.
It looks like Concord able to clear again.
Ball just, he tried to turn the corner there, and ball just got away up from him a little bit. And Concord defender made a nice play, getting that ball to safety.
And then back the other way they go.
Be an opportunity here for Concord.
Down under 3 minutes to go. They'll stop the clock momentarily and keep the rest of the time on the field. And we did have that one injury, so we will have some extra time. Here, this one headed away by Los Lomas.
It's going to go out.
So still playing exhibitions in that World Cup, getting set for the real thing coming up here shortly.
Yeah, they're playing a lot of friendlies right now, just basically scrimmage games to get ready for the World Cup. But they're pretty good games. I mean, they're world-class caliber games, and a lot of various players vying for positions, roster spots on those teams. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Best players in the world going at it.
And a couple of games here this weekend, a local.
A lot going on with sports right now.
Yeah.
The Olympics, and that's sort of that World Baseball situation
yeah,
going on
as
as
well.
well.
World Classic or something like that there.
You almost forget that it's in the middle of the NBA season. And that's now down to 2 minutes, so time being kept on the field here. So regulation quickly winding down here. Let's see if somebody can't break through here before the end of the regular session. Alvaro. Now Concord. Nice little spin with the ball there. His kick, that's going to be wide to the right. So Concord threatens again.
Well, that was a well-struck ball. Nice shot to the near post there, and just went wide.
So if we finish in a tie, Roger, as you alluded to earlier, we'll have the 10-minute sudden death period back-to-back if the first one doesn't decide it. There's another look at it.
10 minutes and another 10 minutes, and then the dreaded penalty kicks.
Running onto the field there is K.J. Hansen, number 21, running across the field. This one headed back. Blom coming out, loses the ball. Didn't go over the line, or did it? Now it did.
Yeah, the corner kick.
So Concord actually trying to keep that one in. That time they had Blom, the goalie, way out away from the goal.
Yeah, he came out to try and make the play on the ball and just couldn't quite come up with it. Ball ended up
corner
getting
kick
past
here.
him.
Headed away by Los Lomas. Concord trying to keep it in. This one will bounce to Blom. Boots this one back toward midfield. Headed backwards. Concord trying to get it back to their side.
It's going to be a yellow card. Yeah, referee's going to deem that a reckless play. Came in out of control, trying to get the ball, but out of control. It's going to get you a yellow card almost every time. And he has to leave. It's Finch has to leave the left back for Los Lomas. He's got to come off till the next play. So they're going to put Corey Packelbar in. So they're gonna,
not much of a disadvantage though when you get to substitute another player.
No, and actually what they've done is they've moved one player back. They put Packelbar up top of the forward position.
This one headed toward the goal, and it's going to be just wide and
goal kick.
Up and over. And now a goal kick upcoming here for Blom. But again, very quickly, Concord threatened there. That was McCorkle racing
that's the end of regulation.
And he's turned away, and that is the end of regulation, and we are headed to a 10-minute sudden death period here from Los Lomas. 0-0 after regulation in this first round NCS 2A playoff. We'll be back right here on Comcast.
Contra Costa cool and comfortable. With an expert crew of technicians and staff, let Fresky be your indoor comfort professionals. Our Lennox Signature home comfort systems are designed to deliver efficient and economical air and heat for your individual needs. Air conditioning to heating, duct cleaning to emergency service calls. Fresky has you covered. From the homeowner to the commercial world, Fresky Air Systems Incorporated. Reliable and trusted service since 1980.
For decades, Dolan's has been providing the finest quality name brands for new construction and home improvement. Superior names like Marvin, Anderson, Milgard, Posey, and more. But it's Dolan's low truckload pricing and tradition of superior customer service that makes this retailer preferred by builders, architects, and homeowners throughout the community. Visit your nearest Dolan's and discover how affordable the very best can be. And join Dolan's in supporting your local teams.
And back at Los Lomas, it's overtime of the sudden death variety. We're going to play a 10-minute overtime period. First team to score wins. If we don't settle it here in 10 minutes, then we'll go for another 10-minute overtime to settle it. If that doesn't settle it, we'll see those penalty kicks, and I'm sure by then the game will be decided.
The game will most definitely be decided at the penalty kick stage, if not before then.
For Concord High School, their third straight NCS appearance. They reached the quarterfinal round in 2004. And now we have another whistle stopping play as we get the overtime period underway.
I think he called a handball there.
They lost in 2004 to these Los Lomas Knights, and then in 2005, also in the quarterfinals, they lost to Miramani. And prior to be taken over by Rory Gentry in 2003, Concord had not won a league game in 3 years and hadn't been to the playoffs since 1988.
Yeah.
So Rory Gentry's really done a great job here in turning this program around.
Done an excellent job with the Concord program there. It's a nice play there by Sam Chen. And we got a foul on the right wing over here. So now we're going to have a free kick for Los Lomas. Again, playing this fairly conservatively, not putting everybody up in the box, just staying with their attack.
There's Chen knocked away, and then picked up that time by Richard Zuniga. But
it was a nice ball, just not very well struck, unfortunately. Fairly routine play for Zuniga there. One of the easy plays he made tonight.
And he has made a couple of those difficult ones,
yeah,
we showed you.
He was due for an easy one.
And now everything gets a little bit more intense, especially when that ball gets around the goal. When the ball gets towards that goal, you can feel the crowd started to rise up here, get a little bit noisier as they sense the end of this ball game every time somebody gets a threat going here.
Nice little takeover there between Corey Packelbar and Saad.
Saad working with it in the corner.
Nice.
Dribbles around a defender.
That's going to be coming this way.
He pushed that time after.
Yeah, I think
he went around the defender, then kind of pushed him from behind.
Yeah, I think he almost fell on him. He kind of lost his footing and fell against the defender.
So more good defense by Concord.
As he kind of tripped there, I'm not sure if he got stuck in the turf or what happened.
Yeah, Nicholas Sharp there playing defense for Concord that time. Here's the ball nearly loose. Still loose. Into the corner it goes. Los Lomas digs it out of there, and now we have another whistle.
Well, that's twice that Los Lomas has gotten lucky where the keeper has come out, the defender had almost collided. A little miscommunication, the ball's gotten away, but luckily for Los Lomas, Concord hasn't been able to take advantage of that.
They're going to get Dominic Harrington there, number 16, as you see it, working against Alexei Ilyanik.
Yeah, he just kind of ran him off the ball.
Ball in the middle of the field.
Crowd here
in this Los Lomas side, Roger.
Getting a little rowdy.
Getting ready to see their team score the winning goal. So far been thwarted, and yet another penalty here, tripping.
Yeah, and a trip. But again, I'm not quite sure why he called that. Concord looked to have the advantage there. But again, this referee's not really playing the advantage that much. He's pretty much, if he sees a foul, he's calling it.
Well, here's Gregory Downs now, set with the free kick. Players start to gather near the goal. Could this be the game winner here? Knocked in. Knocked away momentarily by Los Lomas, and they're able to clear. Here comes Chen with a fancy footwork, but knocked back in.
Yeah, I mean, that was basically just send it forward, let your defense regroup, reorganize back there.
Here's Cole dumping it down. Horacio giving chase over there in the corner. Gets it for himself. Good footwork there. Here's the ball booted way up and over.
Yeah, you can see when that ball got passed back. We see this on the replay. Ball just took a little bit of a hop right before he went to kick it, and unfortunately, it just got his foot right underneath it and sailed on him up over the crossbar.
I thought that was number 8, Justin Greider, with that last kick. Concord yet another threat, and another threat turned away by Los Lomas. Concord keeping it. Greider boots it ahead. There's McCorkle, and now
that's going to be a foul.
He's flying down, and a foul. It looks like it's going to go against Los Lomas.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to get a card for that, too.
There's another yellow card. Jeffrey Finch.
I think that's Finch's second yellow.
That's his second yellow. Now they put up the red card.
That's a red.
Well, it looks like Finch will be disqualified here. And now would that also be again for if Los Lomas was able to advance, he would not be allowed to play in that next game.
Yep. And now Los Lomas has to play a man down tonight because that's a red. So now not only do they play a man down, but like you said, next week, should Los Lomas go on, well, actually, no, it's a soft red, so I'm sorry. They're not going to have to play a man down. So they're going to allow him to go in and play. They're going to allow Los Lomas to sub.
And Sean Angeles is going to go in his place, number 16.
Yeah, it's a soft red, so they can substitute.
And I got to say, Roger, and one of the rules that I would like to see changed here, any kind of penalty like that, kind of like a penalty box situation in hockey, you go a man down and put one less person in there. But here's a ball knocked away by Los Lomas. Here's Horacio chasing it over there on the far side, out of bounds. He's going to throw it in.
That's a nice play by Varlas to knock that ball away. And a handball.
And now another whistle, and Los Lomas is going to get it this time.
Yeah, we got a handball on the Concord team. Yeah, I mean, it's just there's been some talk about doing, again, they always talk about what can you do with the game. You may see the MLS do something along that. I don't think you're going to see soccer around the world do much of it because the only people that complain about it are the Americans, so everybody else has grown up with the game. They either like it or they don't the way it is, and most of them like it. So you're probably not going to see too many radical changes like that.
But it does seem in certain instances where it's not, it doesn't really hurt you very much to make the penalty, especially if you have to come off a little bit, but somebody else gets to go back on.
Well, and that's only for high school rules, because in other rules, even club soccer, yellow card, you can stay on the field. It's just the red card where you have to leave, and you leave the game.
Well, I guess the argument for keeping the rule that way, the players don't have to be any less aggressive. They can sort of keep that aggressive play going through the game.
And again, the technical definition of the yellow card is that you've been caught. It's a caution. You've basically been warned not to do it again. That's a foul that's not going to be tolerated, and if you do it again, you're going to be tossed. And that's really what it is. It's such an okay. That's a yellow card foul. That's a foul that we're not going to allow. And if you do, we think it's serious enough that you deserves a caution.
There's one, and it's set just wide left.
Concord is really doing a good job of getting shots on goal.
That's about 3 really good chances here for Concord.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to put them on frame, but they've been getting them towards the goal. And part of that, again, is due to the Los Lomas defenders doing a good job of not making it easy for the Concord attacking players to get quality shots.
Conrad Chin working with it on the side. Now it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that one just completely went off of, is that Greider's? I think that may have been, Justin Greider. Looks like that ball just kind of went off his foot, kind of spun backwards. Or no, I'm sorry, that wasn't Justin Greider. That was Nicholas Sharp.
Looked like Saad, number 19, pulled up a little bit lame, to stay in the ball game. Now he looks to be fine.
That's a nice,
Looks like he's hobbling a little bit.
That was a nice play that he did, trying to just heel that ball back to himself, but he just couldn't quite catch up to it.
Down to under 250 and counting here in this first overtime period.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened to him. I don't know if he was turned an ankle or if he's got a
he's going to come out
cramp.
of the game.
Yeah, he's coming out, and Shapiro was going in for him.
Andrew Shapiro, number 17, into the ball game for Los Lomas.
Shapiro obviously must be a fairly versatile player. He came in and then substituted in the back line, and now he's substituting up top. Looks like Los Lomas has gone to 2 forward set. Whereas early they started in a 4-5-1, although now Shapiro's dropping back a little bit into the midfield.
So here, we toss this one in.
Another nice throw in.
Right into the pack of players that time. There's a head job right there, a little body contact.
Yeah, that was kind of 50-50 though. I mean, Los Lomas fans were kind of yelling for a foul there, but that could have gone either way or no way, which I think was the right call.
Yeah, nobody was too reckless. You might as well just let the play continue.
Yeah, exactly. Both players were playing the ball. Neither player was playing the man.
There's Los Lomas on the far side. Now a body hits the ground.
No
foul call again here.
The referee's going to call. He said that was a fair shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. It's just gravity and physics took over.
Now, we're on the side with the Los Lomas fans, and they want a foul against Concord. Not going to get it.
No, I think that was a good call again. I mean, it was just a 50-50 ball. Good challenge rather.
There's a ball sent out of bounds. Concord had taken that one away. Dominic Harrington, but then he had it taken back by Los Lomas. Here's another look at that play, and boy, that was a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, but again, I think
Justin Greider involved in that.
Well, there was another one right there that just Concord player just went down right in front of the referee. He didn't call that either. So
there's a ball loose toward the goal, and then taken that time by Wes Blom. And we showing just 2 minutes to go here in this overtime period, keeping the rest of the time on the field.
That's it.
And that will do it for the first overtime period. We will have a second 10-minute period to try to decide this game. Double overtime upcoming here on the Comcast Game of the Week. And back at Los Lomas High School for this first round NCS 2A playoff. We are into double overtime. So another 10 minutes of sudden death action. And again, if we don't decide it here, we're going to go to the free kicks to try to decide this game. Piedmont awaiting the winner of this one. Concord and Los Lomas, a 0-0 battle here. Here's Los Lomas on the attack. If they can get something going, this ball goes out of bounds. And Los Lomas will have it on the far side. So, as we said, early on, the defense has sort of, held sway here, but the offenses has certainly, Roger, had their opportunities throughout the ballgame.
Absolutely. I mean, the offense, the attacking players for both teams have had chances. It's just the defenses right now have had the upper hand. It'd be interesting to see as this overtime wears on, if we don't get any scores, what type of substituting the coaches do, because when you go to the penalty kicks, only players who are on the field when the overtime ended are eligible to participate in the penalty kicks. So if you have particularly good players who are particularly good, at taking penalty kicks, you want to make sure you get them on the field before the overtime ends. So it'll be interesting to see how the coaches play that.
Okay, we'll wait to see that as we come up here. Clock already winding down. These 10-minute periods sure do go by awfully quick.
Yeah, 10 minutes isn't very long.
This one headed away. Looked like it took it right off the face of a Los Lomas player that time. Knights try to work it from the far side. And again, the ball goes out of bounds. The Knights will control on the far side. A full moon over Walnut Creek here tonight. A chilly evening. Fans starting to get a little bit restless here on this Los Lomas side. Hoping to see their team break through with a game-winning goal. Piedmont High School will host the next game. Here's Concord. Looks like Alvarado with it. Into the open field and then has it taken away. And there's Concord there to rescue it.
Yep, Concord's still alive.
Ball still in the zone. Trying to kick it back out. I think Alvarado gave everybody a little bit of scare. Body hits the ground, no foul call. And this one booted the other way.
Yeah, on this overtime, it's not much time. You got to get the ball forward as quickly as you can.
Here's Sam Chen working with it. He had it taken away by Concord.
Again, that was 2 Los Lomas forwards working against 4 Concord backs.
That time, David Cole kicks it back into the zone. Los Lomas sends it back the other way. Now here's Concord with it. They've got some green shirts on this side. Ball kicked a little too far and then knocked out of bounds that time. It looked like number 12, Stephen Varlas. And to throw it in here is Concord Soccer Magic, 1501A North California Boulevard, 280-7627. That's Soccer Magic for all your soccer apparel. This one going to go over the end line. Here's Blum to boot this one away.
Okay, try and get the bodies forward. They got to see the Los Lomas players trying to run up there and try and get as many bodies forward as they can.
Concord able to take this one away.
Grider,
Here come the Minutemen. This one's sent down, and Blum down to his knees to make the save. Right at him, but
yep, nice shot. Nice save.
In a situation like this, none of the saves are easy.
No, no. And he had another player bearing right down on him. I think that may have been, not sure, it looked like that was number 15. It was Navarro bearing down on him out there.
All right, back come the Minutemen. They've got some numbers, trying to lead Alvarado with it, and just a little bit too far. And that's a few times we've seen where just a little bit more accurate with the pass, and the scoring chance would be so much better.
Yep.
Ilyanik leaves it off, tries to come through the pack with it. Here he comes toward the goal. Left foots it, off the crossbar, and then booted in!
Oh, no, he saved it. Oh, what a great play.
I thought that ball was in the goal for sure that time. Unbelievable, Concord escapes.
Oh, unbelievable. That was a great play by the Concord keeper there.
Ilyanik here.
Watch this.
Ilyanik comes
in. Ilyanik takes the shot with the left foot.
That one
off the post.
Off the bar.
Pacobar tries to hit it, and the keeper's right there and makes the save.
And Zuniga made an incredible save with Pacobar bearing down. Looked like the game was over. I thought that was going in the goal for sure.
So did I. I thought it was in.
And I'll tell you, Zuniga, that is another amazing save right there.
That was an incredible save. That was a great play all the way around. It was a great play by Ilyanik, great play by Packwater to follow that up, but just a better play by Zuniga. That was just a great save.
Josh Allen, number
see, here
2.
He's just substituted Josh Allen, and I think it was another player that he just brought in as well. I think he brought in another player again for the penalty kicks.
Getting back to that Zuniga play, I mean, he's made a couple of great saves. That is the best one.
Oh, absolutely.
When you absolutely, look and see where Pacobar, the offensive player, was in relationship to the goal and the goalie.
Well, that was a game saver because
unbelievable.
We're talking golden goal. That ball goes in, and this game's over.
Here's Chen trying to get one center. Too many green shirts around him that time. It's knocked away. Dumped back in, and here comes Zuniga, and he'll boot this one away. And a little push there.
Yeah, he called it.
Cut that one
and
call.
It's coming back this way.
Eduardo
and a yellow card. The yellow card for to Josh Allen. He just got on the field. He just got a yellow card.
Didn't take him long.
I don't know what happened. I didn't see him involved in any play.
Take another look.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a whole lot right there.
Well, it looks like, and I'm not sure what happened. I don't know. Since he wasn't involved in the play, it must have been something that was said. I don't know.
All right, this one booted down, headed away by Concord. Los Lomas trying to keep this one in the zone. Kick down in the corner. This will go over the end line.
Yeah, that was not well played.
Purchase your copy of this game, UPS shipping included, 933-6264. And if you're a relative of Richard Zuniga, I think you want to buy yourself a copy of this game.
Or his agent.
He has just made, that last one that's one of the best plays in any sport that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that was an incredible save. That was just excellent play all the way around.
3:27 and counting. There's Richard. Certainly our player of the game so far. And if Concord was to go on and win it, he certainly would be that player. And I guess if Los Lomas, whoever scores for them would probably be the player of the game.
Yeah.
There's Blum coming out. Tries to punt this one. He just kind of pops it up into the air.
I had a player on the left side over here. The handball on Concord.
Angeles. Now this one going against the Minutemen. Booted down, headed away by Concord. And now another whistle.
Yeah, he's going to call that, I think, on Packlebar, calling for charging into the player, one of the Concord defenders.
And our second overtime period, there you see it. Time dwindling away. Regulation of 40 minutes of regulation, not enough to decide it. One 10-minute overtime period, not enough. And now toward the end of a second 10-minute sudden death overtime period. That may not be enough to decide it as well. Here's Concord trying to keep it in here. And now down the far side. And this one out of bounds. Throw in here for Los Lomas. All squirts away. Alvarado dumping it in with just white shirts there. Out here to the side to Angelus. Taken away by Concord. Alvarado got a foot on it. Sam Chen. Ilyanik. Now, here's Los Lomas. Here's Sam Chen. Got 4 white shirts on this side of the field. See if they can get something going here. Now to the outside, and now tripping.
Yeah.
And is a call going to be made? A call has been made.
Yeah, but he called it outside the box. Los Lomas, he was asking for a foul inside the penalty area, which would have awarded him a penalty kick. Referee said no, foul occurred outside the penalty area, so they're going to get a free kick from the edge of the penalty area.
So in any event, a free kick on the side of Concord here, on the Concord side of the field, coming from that far side.
That's right on the 18, right on the edge of the penalty area there.
They're very close to being a penalty kick, but the white shirts gather in front of the goal. Here it is on the ground. This one booted and just wide to the right. And right now,
called it a corner kick, said it went off one of the Concord players.
So at least Los Lomas will get another chance at it here, but they've got to be very frustrated by Richard Zuniga, feeling that at least 2, maybe 3 times they thought they had goals and didn't get them.
At least 2 that I can think of, and you're right, maybe 3.
Here's a corner kick sent to the far side, and
too
just
far.
A little too far. They chase it down to the near corner, and that'll go out of bounds. Well, I think the one where he had the diving save, and then he had the one where he had a diving and he sort of tipped it away. He punched another one away.
Right.
And then he made that great save that we talked about on that last one.
Yeah, you could clearly make an argument for 4 goals possibly.
Time being kept on the field here, and we're just about to run out of time here in this second overtime period.
There can't be much time left.
Concord to throw it in, and that will do it. So the second overtime period is in the books, and we have not decided this game. A 0-0 score after 2 overtimes, and we'll be back with the Comcast Game of the Week. Minutemen and Knights, no score. All right, penalty kick situation to decide this one. 0-0 after regulation and 2 10-minute overtime periods. Minutemen and Knights, no score. And Raj, now the penalty kick situation, and what's this all about?
Well, each team puts 5 players out there to take the kicks. Looks like Los Lomas is going to go first. It's their first kicker. So Los Lomas, they'll have 1, then Concord will go. They'll alternate players the first 5. If we're still tied in the score after those 5 kickers, then there'll be another 5. Actually, they may go 1 by 1. I'm not quite sure. All of the first 5, the first 5 players that are taking the kicks have to be on the field at the time that regulation ended. It looks like Derek Mazarego is going to be the first kicker for Los Lomas. He clearly was on the field at the end of regulation.
And unfortunately for him, he's got to go up against Richard Zuniga. So after some of the saves he's made, this one's probably one of the simpler ones.
Yeah.
But boy, that ball is so close to the goal.
Well, and then, yeah, exactly.
Just about a little more than 10 yards out, I would say.
It's 12 yards.
12 yards out, so very close. Getting set for our first penalty kick. Piedmont awaits the winner of this one, as one of these teams trying to move on in the NCS 2A playoffs.
And then you think of Wes Blum, who's hasn't been the starting keeper typically for Los Lomas this year, but stepped in tonight because of Brian LaFile's injury. Did a great job in goal tonight for Los Lomas, and he gets thrown into PKs. It's just kind of the way it goes there.
Sorting things out here. All the players now in the middle of the field. And Mazarego will be our first kicker. eventually. We got our cameraman Joel out there getting the nice shots for us.
Yeah, they separate the first 5 players from each team, then the rest of the players have to stay at midfield.
And here comes Maz. Now to attempt our first penalty kick. And Zuniga awaits, and here we go. And Zuniga with a first save.
Man, he's just, he's a hot goalkeeper right now.
Boy, you know, you could say hot, well, very good, and now really hot.
Yeah.
Here in tonight's game.
I haven't seen him much this year, so it's got to be one of his better games. He's been playing very well. And that was well struck ball, well placed by Mazurga. Tried to put it in the right side netting.
So now McCorkle trying to knock one in here. Works against West Blum. And here we go. And it scores!
The way it works on the PKs is that the keeper can move along the line laterally as much as he wants, but he can't come off the line until the ball is struck. So that's why you see the keepers going back and forth, side to side, trying to maybe distract the kickers. In that case, it didn't work. That was a well-struck ball by McCorkle.
So Concord has the 1-0 lead. And look at Zuniga rallying the fans on the far side of the field.
As did Blum before him to rally the Las Lomas fans.
And this is Steven Varlas, number 12.
The left footer.
And that one hit the top of the
and
crossbar,
out, and it didn't cross the goal. It didn't cross the goal.
So things looking awfully good here in the penalty kick phase for the Concord Minutemen.
That was another well-struck ball. It just hit the bottom of the crossbar, bounced straight down, and didn't cross the line. The assistant referee, you can see, is right there. You should show a shot there, right on that post, right on the end line, watching to see if the ball crosses the goal.
Now Eduardo Alvarado for Concord to try to give them a 2-0 lead against West Blum, and Blum knocks this one away. And Alvarado scratching his head back to the drawing board with that one. Nicely played by Blum.
Nice save by Blum.
And really, in that situation, you've really either you have ESP or you just have to be incredibly quick.
You know, it's a little bit of read and a little bit of guess.
All right, so it's still 1-0.
This is Shapiro.
Now here, Andrew Shapiro. And here's his kick. And that one is in there and we're tied at 1. Andrew Shapiro going top shelf that time. And finally, somebody got one by Zuniga that counts tonight.
And you might want to know that Shapiro should be fairly accurate. He's the place kicker for the Las Lomas football team.
That was a big kick there.
Come on, baby.
Tied at 1. And now for Concord, Edson Pedamonte to try to reclaim the game, reclaim the lead for the Minutemen, and he does.
That's a well-placed ball. As low on the ground to the far post, almost impossible to stop.
Almost like you need to, try to make that goalie think you're going one way and come the other.
Well, you hit a ball like that that's low on the ground or to the upper corner, either way, but that's like that all the way to the extreme side that just tucks in the post. Almost impossible to defend.
So Pedamonte and McCorkle for Concord.
Now you have Jorgensen and another save by Zuniga.
Zuniga, what a play. Jorgensen can't convert. So McCorkle, Pedamonte for Concord, Andrew Shapiro.
This is
for Las Lomas. So Concord, a chance to win the game here.
Yeah, Concord,
with this penalty kick. They would go up 3-1, and this one would clinch it.
Yeah.
So for Concord, it'll be Gregory Downs, who's played the sweeper position this year. So unselfish, a chance to put them against Piedmont next week, and there it is! Score! And the Concord Minutemen have won it by a final of 3-1 in the penalty phase. Concord 3, Knights 1. Penalty kicks to decide this one. And Roger, it was defense throughout. The offense played really well, and you have to feel good for the Minutemen winning this game, particularly for Richard Zuniga, who was really the star of the show tonight.
Yeah, the back line in general and played a great game, and Zuniga in particular did an excellent job of coming out there, making the saves, of managing his defense, and just stepping up on some big plays. I mean, you've got to really hand it to Concord, the team overall, but certainly to their defenders. And Los Lomas played a great game. They played a great game. They kept the Concord team under pressure, but they just could not quite beat Zuniga with some of those shots and some of the crosses. And you know, again, sometimes that's just the way it works.
So that'll do it. Second round action. Here is the one
Nicely
that finally decided. And there it was, Gregory Downs doing the honors in a final. Minutemen beat the Knights here at Los Lomas by a final of 3-1. They move on to the second round, North Coast Section 2A playoffs. They'll take on Piedmont. And again, a final, the Minutemen 3, Los Lomas 1. For Anthony Schultz and my partner tonight, from all of us here at Concord, Roger Brothers, Anthony Schultz, from all of us at the Comcast Game of the Week, so long, and we'll see you next time right here on the Comcast Game of the Week. Rocco's Restaurante and Pizzeria, Contra Costa Clean Water Program and Mr. Funnelhead, Brendan Theaters in Concord and Pittsburgh, Velocity Sports Performance, Dolan's Lumber, Doors, and Windows. Additional sponsors, Brentwood Dodge, Chrysler and Jeep, the 19th Hole Casino and Lounge, Images of 3 Hair Salon, Paramount Technology, Rock Bottom Records, Antioch Opticians, and the New Mecca Cafe. Fitness 19, Lido's Barbershop, Mazet, Pontiac, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, Ghost Cycles, Hertz Equipment Rental, Game Pod, Combat Airsoft, and Soccer Magic. Thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us bring to you the Comcast Game of the Week. And we'll see you next time. And also remember, Saturday and Sunday, Monte Vista at San Ramon Valley. That'll be basketball. And then soccer, teams to be announced. Soccer action coming to you also next week, right here on the Comcast Game of the Week. Anthony Schultz saying so long, everybody, and we'll see you next time.